So Mike, in some place you can pull out that cartridge. So you have to watch because we are doing way more with Tom here. We're doing way more.
So this is the protection of your investment. See all the songs.
All right, let's go, guys.
I think one of the sad things about society, and especially when children are growing up to be adults, is the phrase childish. There is a difference between childish and childlike. Childish is the way we were when we were a child, self-centered, greedy, and doing our own thing. Childlike is a magical experience where you truly can enjoy the things of your childhood. Possibly it might be online gaming or gaming. I think there's a place for all the childlike things in our lives, but remembering that isn't childish.
Dave Chalk Connected is brought to you by TELUS. The future is friendly.
I think kids have an advantage with their curiosity. When it comes to technology, it's all about new things and breaking through new barriers. Children look at it as something to explore. As adults, we think, well, it wasn't done that way before. Why should we do it this way now? If you truly want to understand technology, take it on with a childlike attitude of exploration, and you'll find that it is so easy to absorb.
This is the trait, exclusive from Nintendo. Probably the first one to get it.
Touch, right? I want to talk about touchscreen.
Yeah.
Is there a way so we can see the screens a bit better? Are you starting there and you're walking in? Okay. And action.
See, it's cool. Up here I'm shooting. Down here I can see the overhead map. And what would you do with that? I know, see, it's easy. Even you could use a crazy fast.
Well, if you've got someone in your family that's an avid gamer, it can be pretty hard to keep up with the latest games and the latest consoles and portable devices there are to play them. We're going to take you on a step-by-step tour to see what is now topping the charts. In the late 90s, Nintendo came out with the N64, which really did revolutionize gameplay, a very powerful device. After that, the Game Boy Advance allowed you to take your games with you on the road and even allowed you to connect two of these together via a cable for interactive gameplay. But all that's changing now. If you want to know where state-of-the-art is and what the perfect gift for someone would be this year, it is definitely the Nintendo DS. It stands for dual screen, and it allows you to have interactive play and looking at two screens at the same time. Now, not only are these capable of playing all the new games, what Nintendo has done to help you protect your investment is they've put two game slots in it. One for the Game Boy Advance, allow you to play your old ones, and from the back side of it here, the new ones, and Mike will show you the new form factor of the new DS. Now, it would be cool to have two screens, but that's only just the beginning, because where these really break through is they are wireless. And there are two types of wireless interface. One is the proprietary Nintendo one that allows two people or up to 16 people to play together in one room from 30 to 100 feet apart. And secondly, they are Wi-Fi enabled. If you have a Wi-Fi router in your home or office, like the one I have back there, new games that will come into the marketplace will allow you to play with the entire world.
Well, the cool thing is it comes with Metroid, which is a multiplayer game, so it'll automatically detect when another Nintendo DS is in the room, and then you can actually play against your friends, which is kind of a fun thing. And the nice thing, again, is the graphics on the screen. You're talking about the power of the N64. It takes it up a notch now.
Up a whole notch.
Because it's now doing 60 frames per second as far as the video goes on that 3D action. So, I mean, that's getting up there with movie quality.
This looks like movie quality.
And it's both backlit screens here, so super easy to see whether you're in dark or daylight conditions.
Couple things too, battery time on this one quite good, between 6 to 10 hours on a recharge, which takes about 4 hours. There is also voice command. Now, again, we have to say that new games are coming to the market, so these will be written into it. First point, if you're using one of your older game cartridges, you'll only get one screen control, or one screen. Newer ones for the DS are going to give you two screen control, and that will vary by game designer. But voice commands will be built into this, as well as the ability to chat or communicate with other players by writing right on the screen.
Well, it has that built right in. It's got Picto Chat, which is kind of a cool thing. And again, it automatically detects if there's other Nintendo DSs around. And I can go in here, and not only can I type away with the keyboard, little messages, I can also draw and send those special little drawings back over to you. And that's the cool thing. It's a touch screen, comes with a stylus, or you can use your finger as well.
Now, I've made it clear many times I'm not a big game player myself. I have to commend Nintendo on this for, one, going back and allowing you, as always, to use your old game cartridges, and also definitely making it a lot more fun and a lot more interactive. Around $200 per unit if you're looking for one of the best gift ideas for someone who loves their gaming. You're looking at it right now.
Hey, was that
Because you want more, but like you have to add the data.
I thought that was great. Sure. No, it's a brilliant business model, right? Because they just take the old games and bring them over to the new, freshen them up a bit, sell them again. How are Dave and I different? I would have to say I'm the better looking one. And the smarter one, too.
It's as quick as an icon.
I don't know why. Just didn't. Which one is it?
It's the Coolpix 8400.
No, I read a review on that one. It's supposed to be pretty good.
Okay, let's get you guys back on set. Everyone back in their places. Dave, did I lose you here? And action.
Well, there's no argument that most of us are happy that all of our world has gone digital. Our music, meaning better quality, our videos, meaning the ability to move them and copy them, and our photographs, pictures. We can now transfer them over the web easy because they're digital. The only challenge we have with this is everything is now stuck on the computer. It's like having all your eggs in one basket. Before, different mediums had different players, and they were located in different parts of our house. On a previous week's show, we looked at Microsoft's Media Center, a new operating system that allows you to take all the content and put it up to your television. Around a $2,000 to $2,500 solution. There are alternatives. If you've got a wireless network in your home running on the 802.11g, the higher performance 54 megabit per second one, a new device will allow you to get everything off your desktop or notebook computer and transfer it to a TV somewhere in your home. This one right now is on our wireless network. This is an example of a DLink router that is connecting our home. The new device you add in is this one right here, and this is the DLink's
Media Lounge.
Media Lounge.
Wireless media player.
Wireless media player lounge. It is a device that looks like a stereo component with an antenna. Now, this is really just working in the loop. My notebook computer is communicating with my wireless hub. This goes into that network. It pulls information off my notebook computer. I've loaded software on here. It then is directly connected to my television to allow the pictures or the photographs, the video, and any online media, which we'll talk about in just a minute. A great way to get radio signals as well as the music. All controlled with the simplicity of a remote control, and we're about 10% of the cost here, around $280, under $300 solution to get all your content up on your TV.
Well, you talked about the Microsoft Media Center, and you're totally right, it's so much cheaper. Not everyone uses the TV function.
Yeah, you're not getting all the functionality here, but this is a great way to just get it off your computer.
And the cool thing, too, is if you've got a home network, it'll actually pull content off of any of the computers that you want it to.
Right. By loading the software that comes with it onto multiple computers in your home that are on your wireless network, you can configure this to go get music off your bedroom computer, video off your kid's computer downstairs, so you have control of all of your computers.
Well, that's cool. So you can go into the the menu is so easy to use the remote control. Go into the music here, and basically it's pulling up all of the songs that are loaded up on that laptop computer. And so you can set up entire playlists. You can have parties going for days without the music stopping.
No, it's fun and it's easy. Let me flip it around the back for 1 second and show you a couple things. Connections on this are the standard RGA, so you've got your audio and video. You've also got a higher end, which is the component style video, giving you very good resolution on your TV. And for the audio, you have the regular analog, but you have an optical. I've got a cable here just for fun, and you can actually see the fiber optic signal right here, the red. This is pulsing, and if you had a digital receiver, this would put the digital right into it. And it's also got a SPDIF, which is the Sony Philips digital interface that runs on coaxial, and if I don't break the antenna off right here, the S-Video. So all the possible connections that you would want in getting from the box to your TV or the screen that you're going to use.
You know, I was talking about music. This even connects to the internet directly and hooks up with internet radio, which is kind of a cool thing. If you can just hold that up so I can use the remote. You go into the online media function here, and by hitting the button, I can go in and I can select two things. I can go to Rhapsody, which is like a download music service. I can actually buy music.
Buy music stored on them. That would then transfer over to the computer that you send it to.
Or I can go right into the AOL radio service, and they've got literally, you know, hundreds of different radio stations that I can tune into. Like, these are internet radio stations,
Right.
and listen to any kind of
genre
music.
of music, any type, the box connecting directly with the internet. Let's just go back for a minute and take a look at two other areas. I got to keep it
Yes.
pointing here for you. Let's take a look at photos.
Photos.
All the photos off any computer in your home that you've configured this to, you can bring them up via folders here. And go to the other one. There we go.
There we go. And this is cool because you can have music playing and you can be watching a slideshow, because this is the modern day version of slideshows now. But it's fun because there's music playing.
Yeah,
along.
and you know what? People don't mind watching it because there's some semblance of order to this thing when it plays.
And you can also access videos as well. If you've downloaded some videos off the internet or you've done some home movies as well, it can find all of those on the computers that you specify as well.
If you're looking for a low-cost solution to the fact that all your fun is stuck on what we call a 2-foot experience of the computer, low-cost alternative to get it up to that new HD TV you just bought for your living room and have some fun while you're doing it.
Kat, stand by for content. Time was good. Tristan?
Content was good.
All right, Dave,
You know
have
what I like is, you know, the media centers, you know, the $2,000 ones. Not everyone's going to use that.
Yeah.
You know, pausing live TV and recording TV. So for a fraction of the price, you can still use it.
I'd say we got it. If you just want to get the stuff off your computer, this is what you use. If you're looking to record TV, then you go to the media center.
Totally right.
I think absolutely the computer's got to be in the main part of the house. With media centers now, we're going to see them appearing more in the living room and the family room. But like anything, kids love to get into things. That natural exploration they have is a wonderful thing. There's too much available on the internet, though, and it's too easily accessible. We're not going to be able to shut it out of their lives, but we do have to ingrain early of the values in life.
Are you okay with plugging this into the back of USB? Is that going to be too tricky for you?
No worries. Take your time.
I've plugged a lot of USB things in my time. I think I'll figure it out.
I know you haven't had lunch yet, so you might be a little...
Yes, I am. My kids had a big effect on me, even bigger than I thought. And even though I thought they were going to have a big effect, they ground you. And they make you realize that time, togetherness, and family are the most important thing. And as I always harp, technology gives me more time, therefore I have more time with the family.
Dave interrupting me must be a sign of insecurity. You know what? He loves talking about this stuff. So, you know, I'm a sidekick. That's what I do. I add in my little bit. So I let him do his stuff and then fill in the gaps.
You know, I think we all get driven a little bit crazy by cables these days on the back of our devices. This is how many are needed to connect a 5.1 sound source to the back of your stereo. Let me show you something that you might want to check in your home, a way of recabling that'll cut back on the wires and also give an amazing sound performance increase to the equipment you already have. If you are using 5.1, you know, these are the cables you're connecting with. These are analog cables, meaning a different signal is going up every one of these. In the digital world, we can send a lot of information down a single cable. This one digital coaxial cable carries all this information. The difference being, these carry wavelength signals, these carry the pulsing ones and zeros. The connector to this one is right here on the back of my device. This would go up to my amplifier, and all the information would be transferred. However, there's an even better way of doing it, and that's through fiber optics. The connector is sometimes called toslink. Reason for that, it was developed originally by Toshiba. You can see this one on camera. There's a red light. It's actually pulsing very quickly. The difference here is that it is light that is traveling up the cable. Where we have electrons traveling up the wire, they can sometimes diminish in their strength over 10 to 20 feet. If you want to run 50 feet or more, make sure you go to fiber optic cables. Now, they do cost a little bit more money, but they are sending a perfect signal. Remember, it is a glass or glass composite plastic fiber inside of this that is transferring the information. One other final thing, when you do convert over to a digital connection, you'll see some amazing sound improvement on your equipment. One thing to also notice, many manufacturers take the red light on the front and flip it to blue when you're actually getting a fiber optic or digital signal. Make sure that's the case, and I assure you, without having to buy new equipment, you'll get a lot more pleasure out of what you already own.
Are you have enough light there? Can I get you guys your light or something?
All right. Dave, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Stand by. And action.
Well, if you happen to know someone who spends a lot of their time giving PowerPoint presentations, they would love this as a Christmas gift, or maybe that special person is you. It's from Targus. It's a mouse. It is a wireless optical presenter mouse. And it's a pretty handy thing if you're in a boardroom and you want to look good giving your presentation because there's no cable connecting you to your computer. Of course, it functions as a regular mouse. It even has a docking cradle that will recharge it when not in use. But taking this into the boardroom, wirelessly for a range of up to 50 feet, you've got full control over your PowerPoint presentation. Also built into the top on the thumb wheel is a laser pointer, which makes it very easy and handy to point out specific things in your presentation. There's still a little bit more, though. On the side, easy-to-reach buttons give you a few things. One is an Alt-Tab. When you press the Alt-Tab on the keyboard or here, it scrolls you through to the next program or next application that you have available. If you want to back out of something like the PowerPoint presentation, the escape here will take you right out of it. And one other very interesting quick feature, if you have a specific web page ready to go, hit the Internet Explorer, and it'll take you right to that page if you are connected to the Internet. A cost of about $120, a very powerful tool, make you look very good in any room where you're doing a presentation, a wireless optical presenter mouse.
Cut.
Can you just do the shot with the laser pointer
Yep.
again? When was that?
And we got to go back to the PowerPoint.
I think it was on the...
Yeah, I'll go back to the PowerPoint.
This is hour 10 of a long day of shooting. To tell you the truth, it's not that tiring. It's mentally draining because there's so much stuff going in and out of my head. But like between each segment, I flush it out. I go sit down for a minute. I take a power rest for about 30 seconds, and then off I go again.
That's what you were talking about first, right?
Do you like rabbits?
Yeah, this stuff.
Is there a volume on there, Dave?
Sorry?
Is there a volume on there?
Dave's losing focus. He's having fun with the toys. Again.
4-7, take 1, marker.
Speed.
Action.
Well, if you're the parent of young children, you're probably familiar with leap pads, a great way for young minds to take in information. This is my son Luke's. He's 4.5 years old and he loves it. The way the leap pad works is you buy a number of different books that pop into the tablet. And with the stylus, you can interact with games and you can actually have the story read to you. My younger daughter, Grace, uses this one here, my first leap pad, which starts at about 3 years and older. All your favorite characters from Dora and all the popular shows are all included, and it's all sorts of ways to learn and interact. However, LeapPad has taken it to the next level with the Leapster. Kids love interactive games, especially mobile games that they can take with them. What Mike's got in his hand here is the Leapster, combining the functionality and learning of the LeapPad with the interactivity of a gaming device that you can take with you.
Well, it's kind of cool. I think, it's only around $100, so it's even cheaper than a Game Boy. So instead of a Game Boy, this holiday season, why not something that actually teaches them something? And it comes with a cartridge right off the bat that has 6 interactive learning games. So there's all sorts of things you can do. You can play these learning games. It even has a built-in reading electronic book reader. Plus, you can even watch interactive videos as well and create. I'm just going to go to the home. It's super simple, and pretty well most kids will pick this up instantly, and I think it's made for 5 to 8-year-olds. All the games are built right on the screen. It's touch screen, so you can either use the stylus pen that's included, and it's tied right down to the unit so they won't lose it, or you can even use your finger. What I like, too, is even got a built-in little paint program so the kids can actually color whatever they want and put in little stamps of characters.
And they're a good rugged little case. When you go into a retailer, the little cartridges come in boxes like this. My daughter Grace just loves Dora the Explorer. Of course, there's SpongeBob, and this is the Draw and Write program. These are little cartridges that snap right in, allow you to take the whole unit with you and interact and have fun while you're traveling.
It's really cool because it's just like a Game Boy. The screen is huge. The kids love it. They're playing games, but these games have learning elements in it. Right now, I'm trying to get my little rabbit friend across the river, and I have to jump on the numbers, then the addition sign, to actually do some math equations. And it's
Mike
like
could have an issue here with this.
It's like you're tricking them into learning.
I like to think of it more as encouraging them to learn and enjoying it while they're doing it.
Oh.
I heard a splash.
The rabbit fell in the water.
Look, if you are looking for a great gift idea that is reasonably priced but certainly is going to give value more than just the idle time of playing games, check out the Leapster. Of course, there are lots of their favorite characters that can be added in.
I won.
He won. You see, he's learning already. Math is Mike's friend. A great way to encourage them to learn and a continual way for you to get them a gift as their birthdays and Christmas come along again. Check it out.
Good for time. Around 3 minutes. Content, Tristan?
He's not coming to. No,
That's
sorry.
fine. Okay, stand by for cutaways.
How was that?
What I try and do is get the things that really matter. Sometimes, like this little device has a headphone jack, and we didn't talk about it, but I feel those aren't the things that are going to make or break it. My kids love working with the Leap Pad, so it's really a matter of understanding whether there's going to be a benefit, and then I think the consumers can go into the store and see all the final features by themselves.
Got chickens too. I want people to perceive me as a friend. wait. As a friend that needs a lot of money and that they would give money to.
Dave Chalk Connected is brought to you by TELUS. The future is friendly.
I think when it comes to computers in the classroom, you're going to have a division. There are those that would love to have the technology, but it's expensive. And then there are those that are going to argue we could do better if they were playing outside. There's a balance we've got to find. Bottom line is, I believe we are focusing too much on the technology in the classroom. There are still many of the fundamentals that can be done out of good old-fashioned instruction and textbooks. Supplement that with technology, and do not be racing to constantly have the best, because it's always going to change.
Take 3, marker.
And it's cool. It's like a Game Boy, but they're running.
And speed.
Will tonight's fifth wheel save a bad date from doom or send a good date into the gutter? The answer is coming up next on the fifth wheel, right here on KVOS.
It's cool because it's like
So about my plasma TV. It's big,
I'm impressed.
right? Chicks dig the plasma TV.
Do they?
Not really.